The tape measure tool serves three main purposes in SketchUp. You can measure edges and distances, create dashed construction geometry, and scale individual groups or the whole model uniformly. To measure distances is simple. Click on the first point and pull away to the next point to measure. You don't even have to click your mouse. Just look in the measurements bar for the distance. In this way, you can measure multiple distances from the same point. Tap the Escape key when you're done to finish. Construction geometry is also very useful as references in SketchUp. Use the tape measure and click on an edge to pull off a parallel construction edge. This dashed edge extends to infinity in both directions. You can click to finish, or type in an exact distance to place the construction edge. If you use the tape measure and click on an endpoint, you will pull off an edge from that point, creating both a construction edge and endpoint. You can also create construction edges by clicking between endpoints and other inference points. Construction geometry can be erased with the eraser tool, or you can erase all construction geometry by going to the Edit menu and choosing Delete Guides. The final use of the tape measure tool is to scale a model or group. To scale the whole model, use the tape measure tool and measure the length of one edge. Choose an object that you will know the height of. For example, this door should be 7 feet tall. Measuring this edge shows the door to be about 20 inches, which is clearly too small. The correct edge length should be 7 feet. Type in 7 feet and press Enter to accept. Then choose Yes when asked to resize the model. This scales the entire model in proportion to the distance you entered. Zooming out and measuring the door again shows the correct height. You can also scale an individual group or component without affecting the rest of the model. Simply edit the group, then measure an edge, type in the correct value, and accept the change. You can also scale an individual group or component without affecting the rest of the model. Simply edit the group, then measure an edge, type in the correct value, and accept the change. This is useful for individual groups, or you can select several objects and group them together just for the purposes of scaling. This scales the objects without affecting the rest of the model. One more thing to know about scaling the model using the tape measure. When you scale the whole model, it will scale any groups or components that you have created with the model, but will not scale any components added from an external source, such as the 3D warehouse. For example, let's add some content from the 3D warehouse to our scene. Then try to resize the entire scene. You can see that only the objects we created as part of the scene are affected.